Eighth grade math, lesson 4.3, writing linear equations, day 1, textbook page 154 is where you can find this. So, have these notes out. It's on page 15 and 16 in your purple packets. Remember that it's easy to identify the slope in the y-intercept if the equation is in the y equals mx plus b form. That is the slope-intercept form of the equation. That's slope-intercept. That's why it's called that. It's the slope and the y-intercept form. These equations are not in slope-intercept form. Let's solve them for y, making it y equals, so we can find the slope and the y-intercept easily. These equations are not in slope-intercept form because they are in standard form, and I'd like you to add this to the notes. They are in the standard form of an equation. Standard form says, take some number a, coefficient multiplied by x, some number coefficient b, multiply it by y, and that'll give you the y-intercept, c. So standard form is ax plus by equals c. Both the x and the y are on the same side of the equation, and they equal some constant. These equations are in that form, standard form, but we're going to put them into slope-intercept form. So solving for y equals. Number 1, I've got to get y by itself. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 2x and add 6 at the same time. I can do them both at once. So I'm going to move everything over to the right side of the equation. Then my y will be there by itself. So I get y equals negative 2x plus 6. Now it's easy to identify my slope. M is equal to negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2, and b equals 6. The next equation, very much like standard form, 5x plus 4y equals 8. Well, I'm going to subtract 5x first to get it away from y, which is basic equation solving using inverse operations. And I get 4y equals negative 5x plus 8. Well, that's not y equals, so yes, I'm going to divide by 4, all of my terms by 4, and I get y is equal to negative 5/4 x plus 2. So my m, my slope, is negative 5/4, the coefficient of that x, and b is, my y-intercept is 2. Number 3, 2x minus 3y equals 7. That is standard form. It's not ax plus by, but adding a negative is adding, so yes, that is in standard form. Negative 2x is what I'm going to do first to both sides. Subtracting 2x. Be careful, that is negative 3y. Be careful, not 3y, it's negative 3y is, and I'm going to put my slope coefficient first, negative 2x plus 7. Again, that is not solved for y equals, so yes, what we did in chapter 3 is applying here, basic equation solving. So I'm going to divide each of my terms by negative 3, and I get y equals positive 2/3 x and negative 7/3. So my slope is 2/3, that coefficient of x, and my y-intercept is that negative 7/3. For these next equations, solve them for y and then identify the slope and the y-intercept. Well, we already did that. Only now I have little blanks down here, m equals and b equals. Okay, so standard form again, got to get it into slope-intercept form. Well, I'm going to add x to both sides and move that over first. And I get 5y equals x plus 15. Dividing by 5. And I get y equals 1/5 x, or x over 5. I can leave it that way. Or I could say 1/5 x plus 3. So my slope is 1/5. My y-intercept is 3. I'm going to leave number 5 and 6 for you to take a moment, pause the video, solve them for y equals, and then fill in m equals the slope and b equals the y-intercept. So take a moment, pause the video. Let's go over this tomorrow in class, number 5 and 6. Okay, so you've solved those two equations. What happens if you are given the slope and the y-intercept? Can you write the equation? So they've only given me the slope and the y-intercept. Yes, you can. Always start with the slope-intercept form of the equation, y equals mx plus b. Then substitute in the slope, the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept, put it in for the b, into the correct part of the equation. It's that easy. So if I'm given the slope is 1/4 and the y-intercept is 3, my equation is y equals slope 1/4 m x, write your x, coefficient there, the factor times x, and plus b, 3. That easy. Y equals 1/4 x plus 3. Number 2, the slope is -2, so y equals -2 times x, mx plus b. Well, it's a -5, so -5. Don't write plus -5, -5. -2x minus 5. Number 3, the slope is 3. That's my coefficient of x, so 3x. And my y-intercept is 0. Don't have to write plus 0, so I'm not going to. Y equals 3x. Now your turn to try a few on your own. So again, I'm going to leave 4, 5, and 6 for you to try on your own. Pause the video or finish the video now because we are done. That's all that we're going to do for today. Very short lesson. We'll go over the ones that you have to try on your own in class tomorrow.